Hey guys, David Schuler here. Welcome to Rules of the Road podcast. Today, it's episode 2 in the 8-part series about setting goals. Today, again, outside, front yard, on location, because the weather is nice. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. So last episode, we went over what is a goal and why do you need them. And today, we will be going over the first component in the S.M.A.R.T.E.R method, which is specific. When choosing a goal, make sure it's something that you want and something that's going to motivate you. Okay, so Marilyn Monroe, she said that dreaming about being an actress is actually more exciting than being one. Okay, so with your goal, is it something that you want to do? Is it something that, once you put in all that effort to sacrifice, is it something that you feel was worth the cost? And once you get there, is it something you're going to work to maintain? Okay, because people, they all want fame and glory, but a lot of people, they aren't willing to put in the work. So think of it like this. If your goal is a mountain and you made it to the top, and through all the blood, sweat, and tears, you make it to the top, you look around and go, wow, this view sucks. This is not what I was thinking about. This isn't what I wanted at all. I wanted to be looking at a forest, and here I am looking at a barren desert with more mountains. Talking to you, 29 Palms. All right? You suck. Or maybe you could look at this forest and go, well, this isn't the right forest that I wanted to look at. It's a forest, but not what I wanted. So perhaps maybe along the way, you took a wrong turn. And this is where sub-goals come in, and this is we'll go over sub-goals tomorrow. And what they do is they help you stay on course. You get the point. So for this series, we're going to go ahead and use 2 different examples for goals. One's going to be lose 20 pounds in 4 months, and the premise being, say, 215 to 195 from July 1st to November 1st. And then the other ones could be you want to be an Arizona Division II state champion at the 138-pound weight class on February 19th, 2021. And in those 2 examples, you'll see it gives you what you want to do, and then when do you need to have it done by. So that's about as specific as a goal can be. So when choosing a goal, one thing you got to understand is, there's the what and the when, but there's also the why, which a lot of people don't really give much credence to. And so choosing, when you're thinking about your why, having that deeper understanding, it takes things to a whole nother level. Okay, having that deeper understanding as of why you're choosing that goal, it's going to help you strive to accomplish it more, because it kind of gives reasons of why you maybe failed in the past. And Dr. Miles Monroe, no relation to Marilyn, he said that the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but to live a life without purpose. And with that being said, to have that purpose, we're going to go ahead and go into the 5 whys technique. Now, the 5 whys, it's a technique that comes from 6 Sigma, and it aims to find the root causes to issues. Now, we've all seen that little 4 or 5-year-old kid that's constantly asking parents and people why. And as irritating as it can be, don't overlook about how powerful asking why is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the 5 whys on these 2 examples that I stated before, being a state champ and then losing 20 pounds in 4 months. Okay, so I want to be a state champ. Well, why do you want to be a state champ? Because I want to be the best in the state. Well, why do you want to be the best? I want to be the best because I want to prove that I'm the best. Well, why do you want to prove it? Because nobody believes I can do it. Parents, family, they're giving me a hard time. Well, why does nobody believe that you can do it? Well, because I've never been able to accomplish anything that I say I'm going to do. Well, why have you never been able to accomplish anything? Well, because I start to doubt myself, and then I give up when it starts getting tough. So you guys can pretty much see the reason behind that one. Now I'm going to go ahead and go on to lose 20 pounds in 4 months. And with this one, I went ahead and geared it towards wrestling, but to each his own when it comes to if this is a goal that you come across. So why do you want to lose 20 pounds in 4 months? Well, so I can be close to my weight class when the season starts. Well, why do you want to be close to your weight class? Well, so that way I'm better prepared and I'm in better shape for the start of the season. Well, why do you want to be in better shape for the start of the season? Well, because last year I struggled making weight and I had a harder time in practice. Well, why did you struggle making weight last year? Well, because I didn't really take it seriously. I overate and I kind of screwed around. Well, why didn't you take it seriously? Well, because I just didn't care. I kind of just underestimated everything, and then after a while, it just got too hard. So with those 2 examples, you can see the reason why a person would want to choose these goals. Now, try to do that, you have to be brutally honest with yourself that when you do this, And if you find that, maybe I'm not the best person, and if you're honest enough to know that maybe you can't keep yourself accountable when doing this is where having that accountability partner comes in to help you, because they might come across this from a different perspective and ask you certain questions that you might not even be thinking of. So, try to do this by yourself, but then also, again, run this by your accountability partner as well. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Short and sweet. So, hey, come back tomorrow when we go over the measurable component of the SMART-E.R method. And in closing, I mentioned it a little bit yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and go over it today, but that is, don't get so high or low on the opinions of others. Okay, so we've all seen the basketball game where it's the third quarter and the home team's down by 15 points and all the crowd is doing is booing. But then, they surge and it's the fourth quarter halfway through and they're up by 7 and the crowd's going nuts. Okay, so, but look at what the veteran pros are doing. Okay, they're not listening to the crowd because they know they have about 6 minutes left and they could still lose. Okay, so don't waste your time listening to your haters or even the people that are cheering you on, because we all have them, but none of them are doing any of the work for you. Sure, the accolades, they're nice and they can kind of help keep you going a little bit, but at the same time, they're not doing any of the work for you. Now, with that being said, there are people that are assisting you along the way, and do not be rude and do not dismiss what they've done, because you owe it to them to accomplish your goals. Okay, if they're helping you, you owe it to them to put in the work. But then also, if you have haters, you owe it to yourself to accomplish those goals, because nothing is sweeter than revenge. So until then, just know that you're the one that's putting in the work at the end of the day, not your parents, not your coaches. They're putting in their work, but you're the one that's on the field, you're the one that's on the mat, you're the one that's on the basketball court. So it's only just you. So until next time, later. Bye.